Bingo, bango, bongo. Welcome to another episode of Sports for Dummies. Joshua Merchant joined by co-host John Merchant. How are you doing?
How, Josh? How are you?
I'm good. We're trialing a new format. It
I'm a little bit nervous, to be honest. I feel the camera's right on me.
It is right on us.
It's very different to our informal start, but good to see how it goes.
We're going to get to a point where we have bigger cameras in our faces at one stage sooner or later.
I feel violated.
Hopefully for the better. There was there was not a huge amount of games today. There was only the 5. What's the date for us at the moment?
That was a bad question.
Bad question.
7th?
It is the 6th of November.
6th,
Luckily,
okay.
I checked the
Melbourne Cup tomorrow.
Melbourne Cup tomorrow, yes. You got much on for that one?
Yeah, I've got a couple of things to do.
A couple of things, very good. We'll run through the games that were played today. So we'll start with the Spurs and the Raptors. The Raptors got up 123 to the Spurs 116. It's a pretty good game. It went into overtime. Wemby's doing some pretty good things.
20 and 8 for Wemby. He started well.
Yeah.
Wasn't his 38 and 10, but if he can just average his 28 for his first start of the year, he should be fine.
100%. Then you had the Cavs and the Warriors. The Cavs got up 115 to the Warriors 104.
That's a good win.
It's a very good win for them. Then you had the Mavs and the Hornets. Mavs 124, Hornets 118. So that was pretty expected. Yeah. You had then the Trailblazers and the Grizzlies.
Watched that one. No, didn't expect that was the game that I was going to watch. That was an interesting one, but good
Grizzlies
win by the Grizzlies. That was
their
first win of the year.
Yeah, Blazers 100, so it was a good win in the end. And then you had the Pistons and the Suns. Now the Suns got up in a pretty dominating way, 120 to 106. So, Johnny, what were your thoughts on KD? How's he performing throughout this year? He's come out. He seems to be playing pretty well, in my opinion.
Kevin Durant is at age 36, and his career average is 27, 8, and 4. He is averaging 28, 8, and 4 this year. Now, we said it in another video. We have almost taken players like Kevin Durant and Steph Curry for granted.
Yeah.
Because LeBron James is 39 and doing what he's doing in season 21.
Yep.
We almost take away from the greatness, or we're underplaying Kevin Durant. He's 36 years old and we're averaging 28 and 4. It's absolutely phenomenal on 50% shooting. He's really playing by himself at the moment a lot. Bradley Beal hasn't played a game. Kevin Booker's in and out of the side. He's playing a lone man side, but it's just, we're taking him for granted a little bit because of LeBron.
Yeah, I mean, it's a hard comparison when you're going up with one of the greatest of all time.
Well, it's just that LeBron has been playing for 21 years, so KD doing it is nothing, new under the sun, isn't it?
Well, KD's, how long has he been in there for now?
14 years. He's 36 years old.
2007 he started.
So 2007, he's 16.
16 years in.
So you should be done by now.
Yeah,
he's still playing at a high-performing level. It's been extraordinary to watch him.
Yeah, he's playing pretty well this year. He's averaging, almost 30 points a game, 6.6 boards, 4 assists, 52 from the field goal percentage. He's playing pretty well. 35 minutes as well. He's
beating his career average.
Yeah, which is huge. So, in terms of where do you rank him on your all-time?
This is a very interesting one where KD sits. He's definitely a top 15 player. Where do you have him? I think there's arguments that he's a top 12 player. Now, he's been playing for 16 years. He's a two-time champion, 2 times finals MVP. He's made 6 All-NBA first teams, and he's a 13-time All-Star, and he's a 4-time scoring champion. He's got the 5th highest average for scoring in NBA history, points per game.
Yeah, right.
And I think he's 7th or 8th on the all-time scoring list. Now, where KD cops flack is that the 2 championships that he won, he sort of jumped on to the Warriors side that was already the best side ever for a regular season. But he was clearly the best side in that team. He won Finals MVP twice. His only knock now is, what would really solidify him is if if he won a championship with this side.
With Suns, yeah. Because it's pretty much his side at the moment.
Well, it's definitely his side.
Yeah.
But the Warriors have proven before and after they can win without him. It's really for him. He wins one. Then we're definitely talking top 10, potentially, top 7 or 8.
Now you talk Warriors. Where does he rank compared to Curry? Should we leave that for another?
No, I'm happy to have that. Now it's a very interesting one because I've almost got two types of lists.
Because it's a hard comparison. They're different positions. They play very different positions.
That's fine, but then we can talk about their impact. What they've done.
Impact on the game.
Yeah. It's an interesting one because Steph's won 4 championships.
Yeah.
And won one before and one after. Now, what hurts Steph versus the KD thing, which is very interesting, is when they played together, Kevin Durant was the best player on the side. Now, that was still Steph's side, but it was more like a tandem. It was more like a 1A, 1B, however you want to make that argument.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant was clearly the best player in those finals against LeBron. They went and grabbed him from OKC. Now, what hurts KD is what's he done since? He's an assassin.
What has he done since?
He hasn't won. He's the best he's gotten into a Game 7 in round 2 against the Milwaukee Bucks. So what I guess my point is, does Steph deserve the first Finals MVP that Iguodala got? Which he was definitely you can make the argument he was the better player all year.
Yeah.
Iguodala slowed LeBron down. LeBron still averaged 33 points. So how much did he stopped
Slow him down to a 33
he slowed him down in terms of his efficiency. Well, I can understand why most people will have Steph over KD. He's won 4 championships to 2.
Yeah.
And he won without him beforehand. KD has not won a championship before or after.
Where do you have him though, Johnny? I don't care where everyone else has him. Where's he? Because there's a high caliber of player.
This is okay. So I've got 2 different types of lists and sort of how I look at it, and I've got Kevin Durant clear above Steph.
Yep. But you like we said, it's like, remember when we talked about the boxing, and it's like if you put a heavyweight against a lightweight, obviously there's going to be the heavyweight's going to dominate. So you have the greatest of all time.
That's not true. Well, I mean in basketball, that works for fighting.
Yeah.
But Steph Curry's the greatest shooter ever. He can dribble around Kevin Durant if he wants.
Yeah.
Who's better? I'm on the fence a little bit.
It's a hard one. If you had one-on-one...
I've got 2 lists.
Yeah.
I've got one where KD's above, and then I've got one where Steph is just above. It's a very interesting one. And
where do they rank? Whereabouts in your list of...
So, Kevin Durant is top 13 in both of those lists and can go as high as 12.
Okay.
While Steph is 16.
Of all time?
Yes.
All-time players, okay.
And Steph is 16 on one and 12 on the other.
Okay.
So it's an interesting one. People can say, well, is he top 10? Well, no, he's not going to take Will Chamberlain out. But he's not going to take Bird out, Kobe Bryant, Magic Johnson, Tim Duncan, Shaq. I can go through all that. Yeah. There's arguments, people like, well, Moses Malone, who's in there as well. Should he be above? I've got Akeem Olajuwon above them both.
Yeah.
He's a 2 times Finals MVP, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, MVP. It's an interesting one.
Now, anyone who's watching, listening, drop a comment who you think and where you think they rank in terms of players in the NBA. It'd be great to know where everyone does see it sitting. For my knowledge, I don't have a list. But it's, KD's probably, I don't think he's up there for me as much as probably, I would say, Steph, like we talked about, greatest shooter of all time. Well, definitely.
There's a genuine argument that Steph is a top 10 player.
Yeah.
There's a legitimate argument where I can't make that argument for KD.
No, and that's where I look at it the same way. So
which is where you probably give Steph it's an interesting one. And what 4 championships. But KD's got the 2 Finals MVP. That's where,
from an individual standpoint, KD wins, but from a team standpoint,
this is where,
and that's why
definitely
I get the different lists, yeah.
But this is where that 2015 Finals MVP that Steph probably should have got really holds him back, because Steph wins that. Let's say he wins that. It's a 2 times Finals MVP.
Yeah.
Steph all of a sudden is now top 10.
Definitely.
He's a top 10.
Indefinitely.
Not even arguing it.
Yeah. Yeah, I completely agree. Where does everyone, I want to know, where does everyone rank KD? I mean, that was the topic of conversation. He's on track. He's up there with the top. How would you say his position at the moment for MVP?
Very, very early to
very
start.
Early, but
he's definitely in the top 10 players, in the league where you want to rank him.
Yep.
There's still, LeBron James is playing well. Joker's playing well.
Luka, and I would say, LeBron, KD. Who else is playing really, really well at the moment?
Well, you can go through the list of all of them. Zion's having a fair crack as well.
Yeah.
It's just too early to. I mean, it's been 6 games.
7 games, but anyway.
There we go.
But no. But I do agree. I'm just curious. I like the whole. It's great to see KD. These guys.
He's having a fantastic year.
Yeah, 100%. Same with LeBron, and it's good to see that the two, most notable players, Joker and Giannis. I mean, hopefully they can continue. And Giannis, I think he's dropped off a tiny bit, but I reckon he'll come back.
Throw in Embiid. You got Embiid, Tatum. It's too early to tell.
Too early. Good point. Maybe we'll revisit that.
We will revisit
closer to halfway.
I think closer to the All-Star, we'll do a. We'll review how the MVPs actually voted because I think that's a farce.
Okay.
And then we can go through the favourites. But
no, that sounds good. All right, guys, drop a comment if this works. This format, it's a bit different, split screen, something a bit different. We're going to be doing more of it, and we're a bit uncomfortable. It's different, first one, but we're going to be learning, trying to talk with you guys a bit more on the camera. And if you have any comments, feedback, drop them in the comments section, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks, Johnny.
See you guys. Bye.